Oh boy.
And we are live.
So far, you never know.
All right. Turn off lighting. Ow, 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 ow.
In 2 weeks and 2 days, I have another of those nasty birthday things.
Happy birthday.
How old are you? 2?
So far, I'm still 70, but on the 4th, I'll be 71.
Oh, so you're closer to 71 than you are to 70.
That's not how we generally count, but okay.
But no, I'm speaking in terms of distance.
Well, in terms of distance, I am still 70. I am almost 71.
70.990.
No, more like 96.
All right. So what are we going to do for a topic then? I guess we should wait on the other two.
Eric?
Well, I already know the answer.
What's the answer?
We're going to talk about tablets, the way we've been trying to do for 6 weeks? 4 weeks? 4 weeks. But we've had other stuff come up, and it's all been good stuff, so we keep pushing it out. It's going to be basically me, Eric, and Majid talking about tablets.
Episode name, Take 2 tablets and call me in the morning.
Exactly.
A little
Remind
long.
me of that one, Moss.
A little long, but...
This past episode has turned out to be a doozy to edit, so that's why I haven't got it out yet.
I figured it'd be a little rough moving that.
Well, I'm going through it with a fine-tooth comb to make sure there's no clanging or typing or echoes. Moss, you and Majid have the worst echoes. I don't know what to say.
The only thing that could possibly be echoing is my headphones, and I've already put electrician's tape over the outer holes.
Mine was bad, and I just started turning the volume all the way down to where I could just barely hear you guys.
Well, people were telling me to turn my volume up, so I did.
No, not your gain, your volume in your headphones. Turn that down as low as you can get it.
Okay. I turned it down some more. It was only at noon.
Yeah, I got mine turned back to like, is it like 9?
Well, at 9 I can't even hear anything.
Not 9, about.
Yeah, I mean it only goes to 7.
About
I'm talking
10.
clock. I'm not talking numbers because there ain't no numbers on this.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I got to turn it up to at least 10, but let's see.
I got mine at about 10. Now that I look at it a little closer.
Mm.
And then I got some of these monitoring earbuds just to make it a little bit less noise out around the sides.
Are those modular? They look modular.
Yeah. Yep.
So they come apart? Are they MMCX or are they 2-pin?
2. It's got them today.
Let me see the connection.
Hey, Bill, Joe wants a connection with your earbuds.
Okay. All good.
They look kind of delicate, but we'll see how it goes on OTC, because I was one of the ones that was getting the worst echoing. And then it's just a combination.
Did you swipe right on those, Joe?
My wife has a pair. They're actually really decent headphones. It's just I prefer the MMCX style connection to that 2-pin connection.
What's the advantage?
The MMCX connection spins 180 degrees.
Oh.
So I don't have to worry about wear and tear from it going back and forth. Other than that, there's
These are
really,
only
you know,
$20.
and the MMCX also breaks away easier. Like that pulls straight out, but I can come at the side on the MMCX and have it pop out without breaking anything.
It probably cost way more too.
No,
I think these were only like $20.
well, some of them do then, but no, it depends on the style that you get. Like your Shure SE15s, those are MMCX, and those are not cheap. Or your 315s or your 415s.
I'm sure.
Like definitely not cheap in-ears, but you can also get some that are like 15, 20 bucks.
So, like I said, Bill, I didn't do any fancy stuff to that recording. I just recorded it and sent it
No,
to
I didn't
you.
want you to. Yeah. Yep, that's fine. It was probably better than Rob's was, to be honest with you. So, which I figured it would be. Figured it would be.
Okay, then.
So I just have to I haven't even got I don't he said he got it done. I have not had a chance to listen to the outro that he made.
Mm.
And then it'll be a matter of just squeezing the envelope and then running the clips together.
Joe, that looked like mushroom sauce you were squirting in there.
Oh.
They actually have a video on YouTube about making mustard ketchup, and it isn't thick at all. It's watery stuff, but they say it's really great on steaks. Just mushrooms and a bunch of spices, and you boil it to death, and then you strain the water out of it and put it in a bottle.
Add some xanthan gum and whip it up real good so that way it actually, is thick.
Well, they didn't want it to be thick. They also said what you do with the mushrooms after you squeeze the water out is you dry them out and then crush them, and you can use that as a spice on your foods.
Oh, so you guys been working on anything interesting?
Had a heck of a week.
I have kids.
Got a
Although my
new
kids yesterday
Scarlet.
were pretty nice.
I had
These new 4th gen Scarlets 2i2, and I can't use it because it keeps looping everybody else's audio back in to my it might be too new because it's not showing up as a microphone in the Mint sound settings. So something ain't right.
well, my Razer
Wanna try
Nari
out first,
Ultimates
Ben?
quit working, and I had to fix my Nextcloud.
What went wrong with the Nextcloud?
Um, because I was using port 80 on the Nextcloud. When I restarted my computer, I guess Apache took over port 80, and it just didn't want to find it anymore. So I had to change the port internally for the Nextcloud, and then adjust my port forwarding so that it went to the correct port after that.
Are you using it without any Oh,
SSL.
yeah, SSL.
Yep, I'm using HTTP.
See, whenever I've tried to do that, it complained. But see, if you use the container, the Docker container, then put it behind a reverse proxy, even if the only thing that the reverse proxy is doing is that Nextcloud, then the proxy will handle the SSL for you, and you can still put it on port 80, or you can put Cloudflare in front of it, and then let Cloudflare pass it off to port 80, and then you still get SSL through Cloudflare.
Hmm.
You use many funny words.
When you get into the world of servers and things, it's like starting all over again, learning this shit.
Excuse me, I used the wrong voice. You use many funny words. Why you talk so funny?
He should know so good. I tell you.
You should meet my sister. You would like my sister. She would like you very much. Do you have $20?
$20 for you or her?
Which would you prefer?
Oh crap. Well, I don't know if the other two guys are coming or not.
Other two?
Eric and Majed.
Well, Eric is here. He said he took a 5-minute break.
It looks like Majed is still.
There's Eric now. Hi, Eric.
Hello.
I swear Dale and I
got
keep
Majid's.
misunderstanding each other.
Got Majid's Black. It just came through. That's probably why he's not on here yet. Because he can only do one thing at a time.
He said,
It's
"Hey guys,
true.
just got a couple errands to run. We'll hopefully join in about 30 minutes." 2 minutes ago.
Yeah. I've got a jet anyway because I need to get mintCast done and released by today. That way I can release the second half of the interview.
Eric, it looks like next show we will finally, have a show on tablets the way we've been planning for a while now. Hopefully we're not already talked out on that topic. But that should be interesting. And
well, so I still have, I think, interesting points on especially like battery life. I think in general Linux does a very poor job of dealing with
battery optimization,
laptops, battery, any kind of battery whatsoever.
Well, save it.
Yeah.
And then I'm also talking to a person that works with developing automated cars here in Dallas. And she doesn't really use Linux, but I still think it would be an interesting topic to discuss the entire process with that. So hopefully I can convince her to come on one of the shows.
Linux?
Huh?
What is she using if she's not using Linux?
She uses Windows. Now, obviously, the back end is still using Linux, but she said that they had switched from each computer running Linux to one running a web app, so that everybody could access it.
If the back end's Linux, I'm still that gives me some amount of.
Gotta go, guys. I'll see you later.
Yep.
Bye, Bill.
All right.
Joe, did you ever get that Fire tablet working that I sent you?
No, it's right here. I kind of set it aside and I forgot about it, but yeah, I need to get back to it.
Well, Amazon couldn't get it started, so if you do, you're doing better than us.
Well, I had gotten the process started. I don't remember if I finished rooting it, and then just hadn't put the custom ROM on it yet.
Oh, I didn't know you could even manage that on a Fire tablet.
And you can, It's an Android
I
tablet,
thought they
so
bricked when you did that. Well, it's a weird Android. I know it's Android under the skin, but
well, I know with some of
there are a
those
lot of Android apps that won't run on it.
you had to do with some of the tablets like that, the Fire tablets. You had to do a physical modification,
Mm.
like go in there with a soldering iron and
Mm.
set a couple of pins or something in order to be able to root and ROM it. But yeah, I think with yours, I didn't see that you had to do that. So, and I ended up at like when I started working on that, I ended up with like a couple of other Fire tablets at the same time. So there's like a stack of them right now.
When it fires, it pours.
Mm-hmm. Go from nothing to having a crap ton.
Yes, I learned from my last therapy session that a butt load is a actually recognized measurements term. A butt is a wagon which can hold 4 barrels. So 4 barrels is a butt load, and I don't want to go there.
So about 200 gallons. Is it a 50-gallon barrel, 100-gallon barrel?
I am guessing the standard barrel is 40 gallons.
So yeah, 160 gallons. That's a buttload.
Be too much for mine, but
Well, now you need to
maybe
figure out
before a colonoscopy or something. You know?
now you need to figure out if crap ton is a real thing. You got butt load, crap ton, shed load. I always thought that was funny. Oh my. So yeah, outside of the battery optimization, I'm still sort of looking for. It's funny on either Debian or Ubuntu. Well, I know on Debian I can do a vanilla GNOME install, but I wonder if it's going to be how well that would work on a tablet. It's older hardware, so I guess it would work okay. Trying to balance that, you know, latest version of GNOME, but on a like an Ubuntu base or Debian base because I'd rather use apt. I've got Fedora on there now, but I don't love Fedora, so I'm sort of, you know, that's another thing is to
Yeah.
which distro, which desktop. I think GNOME's probably the best desktop experience because not only because of all of the touch interactions and gestures, but also Wayland support because I'd like to continue using Wayland. So it's I'm trying to sort of balance all those things.
Yeah.
Um,
Hey, Eric, I looked up crap ton in Wikipedia.
yeah.
It says a very large amount. Synonyms crap load, see also shit ton.
There you go. Calling it like it is.
Ship high in transit.
Well, so you said butt load, but there's also butt ton, which is just stupid. I mean, these are all just like interchangeable.
Except butt load is actually a recognized measurement.
Right, which is funny because it's almost like we've because of the modern connotation of butt. You know, it's like bunghole. Bunghole is a thing. It's a hole in a barrel. That's a bunghole.
Yeah.
But you know, because Beavis and Butthead used it, you know, bunghole became something else. It's like gay. Gay was happy, you know, and now it's not. I mean, I guess it could be, but yeah.
See opening
Words are.
scenes in Victor Victoria. Yeah.
I don't know that. What is it?
You haven't seen Victor Victoria?
I probably have, but it's just
You need to see Victor
mixed
Victoria.
in there somewhere. Okay, I'll add it to the list.
Robert Preston, Julie Andrews.
Oh, well, my wife will be down for that. She's a Julie Andrews fan.
Well,
And a Doris Day. Anything with
it
Doris
definitely
Day.
broke the mold for a Julie Andrews movie. She plays a woman who is faking being a man to fake being a woman.
Like the guy from Tropic Thunder.
I haven't seen that one, so
It was Robert Downey Jr. playing a black guy who's playing like it, and he has this
No,
whole
he
line
was a
about,
white guy he was basically playing himself as an actor that was playing a black guy.
and his lines like something like, "I know who I am. I'm a dude playing a dude who's playing another dude," or something like that. Anyway, very silly.
yeah,
Victor
she
Victoria.
was broke and starving in Paris, and had a significant soprano voice, obviously, because she's Julie Andrews, and couldn't get any work because they didn't want serious singers. They wanted more risque singers, and she ran into Robert Preston, who was playing a gay man, and he basically ran into her and took pity on her, and let her stay at his place, and then heard her singing, and he goes, "Wait, lower, lower," and so she turns into a male impersonator, a female impersonator who is female.
Okay, so it's a 1982. Oh, Blake Edwards. So that should
Yeah,
be interesting.
it's a superb movie. Oh, and Alice Karras has a major role as Robert Preston's lover.
Interesting. So when I searched for it, I came up with Victor and Victoria, which is a 1935 movie, that's definitely not it.
No, Victor /
All right,
Victoria.
found it. Yep, found it. There's also
Oh,
a
I
1995
forgot it also
version.
has James Garner in it, major role.
Oh, that's interesting. So there was a film version that she did in 82, but there's also a 95 version, which I guess is a stage play, maybe?
Could be director's cut. Who knows?
No, it's from 95, 2 hours and 26 minutes. And the original is 2 hours and 14 minutes. So anyway, cool. Yeah, I will add that to my list. It's on, no, it doesn't look like it's anywhere right now. It's probably on YouTube.
Well, the
YouTube
trailer
Movies has
is.
been great. Yeah, YouTube Movies, I'll tell you what, they have lots of great free movies. I don't know if you guys have ever looked, but
The 1995 is a TV movie with Julie Andrews, but with other people being different.
interesting.
Tony Roberts, Michael Nouri, and Rachel York. That's really odd. I had never heard of that.
And the fact that they would do it as a TV movie 13 years later, a little interesting.
Yeah, I'm amazed Julie could pull it off still, because she was a sweet young thing when they did the first movie.
Oh my.
Oh, Tony Roberts playing Toddy. Oh boy. Michael Nouri is playing the James Garner role. Huh. I don't know if I want to see that or not.
Have either of you used Voxer? Voxer. It's a VoIP push to talk app. Someone recommended it for kids for some reason. I don't know why. I'm at that stage where I have my daughter has one of my old Android phones, but it doesn't have a SIM card. So everything she does on it is just using the internet. And some of her friends have phones with numbers, and because everybody uses SMS, it kind of leaves her out of the loop. And so she's like, when do you think I can get a
Google
SIM
Voice.
card?
I already told you that.
I know. Yeah, I know. And that was what I've been telling my wife. I'm thinking, that makes sense because the only problem is her devices are all under the family stuff. and apparently Google Voice isn't available for under 13-year-olds. So I'd have to like either fudge it or
Put it under your own and...
yeah.
Okay, the TV version is actually a film of a Broadway play version of it.
That's kind of what it looked like, yeah.
It says Julie did a remarkable job, tirelessly going through 2 long acts and at the age of 60. Even her dancing seems improved over the years. And she had pre-curtain and intermission talks also. That's why it's longer.
Oh, okay.
That was also the last film that Blake Edwards was either director or producer of.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I liked all of his stuff through the 60s and 70s. I mean, all the Pink Panther stuff and the Mad World, I think he was part of, maybe. I'm trying to think of the other ones he did. All right. Well, what do we think? I mean, Majid said he was going to show up at some point, but I don't know.
If we don't have anything to talk about, call the show early.
There's somebody. Oh, that's Bill coming back.
Ken. Mr. Ken Worth.
Yeah, but how much is a Ken worth?
Depends on the Ken, I suppose.
I guess it depends how much Barbie's worth, too.
Well, Ken's not worth much if you go by the latest Barbie movie. Ken's are all just stupid, self-centered
I haven't
jerks.
seen it yet, darn it. I really want to see the Marvels. Apparently, it is underperforming at the box office because people are so tired of all the other garbage that Marvel has put out lately. But everyone I know who has seen it has said it's a wonderful movie. Welcome back, Bill. Bill?
He doesn't have his headset on.
He's got earpieces in.
Oh, yeah, he does. You're right. Maybe he doesn't realize.
On the Blake Edwards page on IMDb, it says known for The Pink Panther Strikes Again, Return of the Pink Panther, Victor Victoria, and Peter Gunn TV series. That's all. They really, I guess there is some previous more Pink Panther stuff. A lot of pink stuff. Pink all over the place. Skin Deep, Magic World at Disney, Sunset, Blind Date, and That's Life. There's a See All button here. A Fine Mess, The Ferret. Oh, he did quite a few things here. SOB. The Monk, not to be confused with Monk. What did you do in the war, Daddy? Okay, I'll get out of there. Oh, I've got dots here.
I haven't even been keeping up with politics lately.
There aren't any politics, just felons yelling at each other.
Yeah. So do you think Trump's going to end up going to jail? Or do you think he's going to end up on house arrest for the rest of his life?
It depends.
I don't think he'll ever go to jail, personally.
I don't think he will either.
Well, if he doesn't, it'll be a miscarriage of justice.
Well, I don't think he'll go to jail. I think he'll get a guilty conviction and then be put on house arrest. But I don't think he'll go to jail specifically because he is a former president, and that would cause too many political problems.
Him being a former president caused too many political problems. Put him in jail.
No, like I said, I think he's going to end up on house arrest for however many years he has left.
Which means he will have been correct that nothing could happen to him.
Yeah, because it's not like house arrest stops him.
Yeah, he is above the law. They put normal people in jail. They just put him on an anklet and leave him at Mar-a-Lago, right?
Yeah. Where he'll still be able to, order KFC and McDonald's and still
I
be
think
able
the problem
to.
is they're wondering how they send the Secret Service
Exactly.
to his jail cell.
Exactly. How do they keep Secret Service on him while he's in jail? I think that's going to be the issue, and so he's not going to be in jail.
Well, what they should do if he's found guilty is strip him of his rights for Secret Service. Because what he did to the country is more criminal than anything he can ever get.
Yeah, but
incarcerated for.
even if they did strip him of his Secret Service and send him to jail, they're still only going to send him to the white collar country club.
Well, at least he can't run for office there. I don't know what
You-
happened.
you know
The
what?
judge-
You know
the
what?
judge in Colorado actually found him liable for all this stuff and said, yes, it was insurrection, and then said, no, I'm not taking him off the ballot.
Yeah, you know what? He can still run from jail. Now, granted, he'll be in guilty at a state level, which means that even if he does make it into federal office, he can't pardon himself.
Yeah.
But somehow, some way,
That's the thing. The trials, the fraud trial in New York and the trial in Georgia will keep him from being able to take himself off the hook.
yeah.
But if the fraud trial in New York goes well, he won't be able to operate any businesses in New York.
I thought he already couldn't operate any businesses in New York.
They had a preliminary injunction on that, and that was stayed.
Pending the rest of the trial.
Results of the trial, yes. So I have nothing to add to tablets. I have not had any tablet with Linux on it. I have had an Android tablet that really sucked, even though it was good enough for George. I gave it to my friend in Detroit in the nursing home, and she likes it.
Well, I think the battery thing at least is more universal than just tablets.
Yeah.
Because even my laptop, like, I've always gotten poor battery life, and just
There's
accept the
Majid.
fact that I don't get good battery life, even though I've tried TLP.
Is he in the toilet?
Yeah.
Not in the toilet. I'm in my front room.
All we saw was the wallpaper. It looked very bathroom-esque.
It's my front room, man.
Uh-huh.
I'm having my dinner.
You know those Brits, they're weird.
I mean, I do admit it's not very good wallpaper. It was, but in my defense, it was put up by the people who owned the house before, and I haven't got around to changing it yet.
Mm-hmm.
That's my defense, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, sure. So
You have
at
a
any
very
rate,
lovely home.
How come battery life on Linux is bad when battery life on Android is good?
It's to do with the chips, isn't it?
To some extent, yes. Especially when, you're looking at the same tablets that me and Eric are, because, we are going for the i5s and the i7s, which suck down more power than the ARM processors in most of your phones. Some of it is also like optimizations. Like the optimizations for batteries that happen on Android don't happen on, mainstream Linux.
Well, and I
Fish
think the
getting an echo.
comparison, no, the comparison is more apt between, I think, instead of Android, it's probably more Windows and Mac
Yeah.
to
And then you still get the
Linux.
exact same thing. I mean, you got more people dedicated to optimizing battery life.
Well, here's my point. I'm surprised that no distribution has just said we are going to try to give you the best optimized. Now I'm hearing an echo.
Yeah,
Echo.
I'm hearing echo.
Echo.
Whatever you just did, Bill, causes.
We're
an echo.
echoing all over.
Yeah, I
Oh,
turned
now
off
it's off.
echo cancellation, so yeah, the echo's still there. Discord
Oh,
is
okay.
just blocking it.
Anyway,
So what
So-
about getting an Android tablet and putting a Raspberry Pi OS on it? Or
Well,
Ubuntu for Pi.
What I found was that there's not actually that many OSs you can put on ARM devices.
Yeah. No.
And each ARM device, so each tablet is very different. So
different,
you need a
yeah.
specific build for that hardware.
Exactly.
So yeah, you could do it on a Raspberry Pi kind of tablet type thing, maybe, but not on your standard, I don't know, Samsung Galaxy tablet or
So what's
Google
the
Pixel
battery
tablet
life
or
on a
whatever.
Pine Tab Pro?
Say that again, sorry.
What's the battery life on a Pine Tab Pro?
Probably not all that great.
Good question. I don't actually know. I've got to be honest. I don't know.
Mm.
yeah, because even it's not so much the chipset as it is the operating system. So even though it's an ARM-based chip, if the optimization isn't being done on the software side, then it just doesn't matter. So. So I
And
think
this
that
all
even though
sounds
it's
like
on-
conversation for next week.
Well,
fine
but I
with-
don't know anything. I'm throwing stuff against the wall.
Well, that's what we want you to do next week.
That's how we discuss it. Someone gets to play the I don't know what I'm talking about. You guys can educate me. I use that angle all the time.
Interestingly, apparently, when you do get like Linux, at least in the early days, anyway, when you used to get like UB ports or Fosh or something like that to work on Android devices with the ARM chips, they were all basically based off of Lineage, apparently. So it was kind of like a reverse Linux because obviously, Android open source project does have a Linux kernel, and so hence so does Lineage have a Linux kernel. It was kind of done that way round, apparently. I'm not sure if that's still the case. I suppose if you look into the software info or the build information, you'll see.
I'm looking at a Pine Tab 2, which is post-COVID, so they have availability of chips, and it's also a modular design, so you can replace things. The firmware chip says.
Has
the
anybody else
same
spent any money on Black Friday? I know it's Black
Nope.
Friday week.
Nope.
Just a headset for my daughter.
I thought Black Friday was the Friday after Thanksgiving.
It's supposed to be, but they've
I
expanded
don't
it.
even know, man. We don't even do Thanksgiving. You know, you guys having an extra Christmas for no reason.
Huh.
The retailers look for any excuse they can to.
Oh yeah.
Actually, Thanksgiving is one of those celebrations of getting away from you guys. So
Well, yeah, I suppose so. Yeah.
we have multiple of those because we're really, really grateful to have gotten away from you guys.
Yeah. How's that working out for you, by the way?
Surprisingly not
We
bad.
don't have any Tories running the country.
Yeah,
No, you just got Trump instead.
Well, he's not running the
Trump
country
is not
right now.
running the country right now, yeah.
Okay.
You want to have this conversation again next year? It is a possibility, but
Yeah.
here's hoping.
Let's do it next year. Yeah.
I guess I could always ask how Brexit's going.
Terribly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got that bad that Sunak had to get a former disgraced prime minister in unelected as a foreign secretary. So our foreign secretary at the moment is David Cameron, who is not a member of parliament. So
Is
he's
there
had to
any
be sworn
left-
into the House of Lords as Lord Cameron, so that he can become the foreign secretary. And it's kind of like talk about scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Okay, you guys
Is there
did have
anyone
a
left?
cabbage on camera for, quite a
Yeah,
while.
and that cabbage was better than the prime minister of the time, Liz Truss, and lasted longer.
Is there anyone left that thinks that Brexit was a success?
Yeah, but they're all in Parliament.
Nobody, no, but you see, nobody thinks Brexit's been a success, but the believers in Brexit think that it hasn't been a success because we've not done it properly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
One
you
of
know when
those.
you
You
get
haven't
like
gotten yourself far enough away from your
Right, right.
neighbors?
It's
I
not
was
that it
just
was a bad
wondering.
idea.
it,
It's
it,
just
it,
that
it's, that, it's that thing about it's that thing when you see young teenage socialists and then you kind of remind them of the Soviet Union and then they kind of say, yeah, but that wasn't socialism done properly. You know, if we did it properly, it would be
right.
much better. And you kind of go, okay, fine, all right.
Well, so long
A
as
lot of
people are
belief you have there.
greedy, as long as there are any greedy people that want to be in charge, socialism will never work right.
Yeah.
Anytime the upper echelon has power over everyone else, that power corrupts. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
The most
But
altruistic
the point I'm
people.
saying is that you know for the people who've got sense, they realize that Brexit was a stupid idea, and that's why it's not worked. But for others, it's we just didn't do it properly, and if we had done it properly, then it would have been even
So
better.
what's
It's like
properly?
I don't know,
Bombing your
understand
neighbors
what
so that
could have
there's more
done
distance
differently.
between you?
Right.
Well, exactly. I don't know what else were we supposed to do.
Blow up that tunnel under the channel.
Guys, I'm trying to talk tablets here.
Oh yeah,
And we're
sorry.
trying to hold that till next week.
I am looking at the Pine Tab page, and they not only have a Pine Tab 2 with an ARM chip, but they also have a Pine Tab B with a RISC chip.
Oh,
Oh
well,
yeah, they're going
that's
over
even
Risk
worse.
Five, aren't they?
That's even worse. At this point,
And
Risk
they
5
both are starting at $159. I do not know if that includes the keyboard.
On a completely different note, because that reminded me, because I was talking on OTC about how I'm thinking of buying another Raspberry Pi to use as a kind of a retro Pi for game emulation and stuff like that. Which I used to do before when I had a Raspberry Pi 2, about 6, 7 years ago. Um, I remember reading, and I know you can apparently do the same kind of emulation on Android.
Yeah. You can even get RetroArch to run on Android.
Had anybody ever tried that?
Yes. I run
How does it
RetroArch
work?
on my Android device. It works just fine.
Does it? Okay, fine. I might just do that then, rather than buying another piece of machinery. I might use my Samsung tablet or something. Put it on that.
They have two models of each, a 4 gig, 64 gig based, and a 8 gig, 128 gig based.
So, sorry.
Both in
So
ARM
does
and
RetroArch
XP.
work as an app, or does it you have to like
Yeah, it's an app.
side load it? It has an app. Okay, fine.
Yeah, let me see. Because I should have it loaded right now, but then you also have to, go in and add the ROMs and in some
Oh yeah, yeah.
cases get the emulators. So, retro. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it. Nope. Yeah, RetroArch right
Yeah, I can
there.
see it. Okay. I'll search for
So
that
it's
then.
called RetroArch Plus, and then in this menu you can load the cores, load the games,
Oh, okay.
and it works just like
I
RetroArch.
did anybody see that video I posted about modding? You know, ROMs and CyanogenMod and whatever. I just thought it was interesting because we talked about that recently, hadn't we?
No, I didn't see that article. I mean, I've done a lot of what setting up ROMs and
Mhm.
modding different devices, but
It was just talking about how, you don't need to do it anymore because, you know, the Android distributions are pretty decent now compared to before when
well,
we
yeah,
really needed to
no, I
optimize.
mean, when I first got like my Note 3, I mean, within 3 days, I got tired of the stock ROM and rooted and ROMmed it. But I think the Note 3 was the last one I did that to. The whole life of the S7, I didn't root it and ROM it, and then I've had this Note 10 here for 4 years now, and it's still stock ROM. So yeah, there's not the reasoning that there was in the past to go completely custom.
So I've put a custom ROM on my OnePlus 6 that I've got as a kind of spare in the house because it was only on Android 11 and then the support finished. So I've got it up to Android 13, but I'm wondering whether to switch ROMs just for fun to see if there's any real difference. But in the past, back in the day, as it were, the ROMs were quite different. Now everything just looks like stock Android, really.
Well, a lot of people really just want stock Android. They don't want all the other
Which is
UIs and
fine.
stuff
But
on
it's just
top
like,
of it.
but now you can get stock Android by just getting a Pixel, I suppose, or something.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of
But
other
anyways,
things
what
you
were
can
we doing
do
next week anyway? Linux on tablets.
with. Well, there's a lot more that you can do for like the emulation. Like just about
Yeah,
anything will work as an emulator. I mean, you pick up an old laptop, you pick up an old Chromebook,
yeah.
and turn it into an emulator. Pretty simple. I mean, most of them will run just about anything.
Yo, what's up?
Hey, how's it going? Them. How are you doing? Oh, thank you. But I have that old ThinkPad that I had turned into a Batacera system, and RetroArch on here, and then I have what a Raspberry Pi Zero handheld. Oh, there it is. That also runs RetroPie, and this is the GamePi 20. Just takes forever to power up because, well, it's a Pi.
That looks pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the buttons. They're a little squidgy and
Okay.
small, but it plays the games. Well, if it ever powers up.
Do you like my new camera? I think it's cool.
It's a good camera.
Yeah, it's good quality camera. What is it?
It's my phone.
All right.
Hey, Mother.
Yo, sir, what's up?
Look like you're working hard there, Madhu.
Oh yeah, I'm doing projects.
You gonna be watching the cricket tomorrow?
Nah, I have projects and birthday party. One
Oh,
second.
Pine 64 would charge me $68 to ship with Pine Tap.
I I will be gifting a manga to her birthday. Tomorrow is her birthday. Today is her birthday. I have a party to attend. I will go to the party instead of cricket.
Okay.
Yes. I hope India wins the World Cup though.
Yeah, I think India will win. I think India will win. But if anybody's gonna beat them, unfortunately, it's probably Australia. They're the only team that made India struggle this World Cup. Ooh, that's nice.
What the hell? The camera. Oh, by the way, we have a duo monitor setup now, so that's cool, I guess.
I'm trying to set up a dual monitor thing.
Mhm.
It's helpful for productivity.
Well, my local team is in the process of getting their butts thrashed by Georgia, so I should probably go watch that. I haven't. I don't know whether there's a score yet, but there probably is.
How are you keeping, Moss? How's your health?
I'm okay. I could have a lot more energy and stamina than I have, but my creatinine level seemed to zoom up, but my doctor didn't seem concerned. I have not, however, heard from my nephrologist whether he's concerned. I have
How much has it
dropped a
gone up
few
to?
pounds. Yeah, my last creatinine was 3.71.
Okay. What was it before
Which
that?
I've been keeping it down. I kept it down around 2.1, 1.9 for the longest time, and I seem to have lost my grip on that.
Okay, yeah. Just trying to think what could have caused it.
Well, I'm old.
Well, there is that, but
Yes, Joe, we see your little whatever that is toy.
I couldn't tell what game it was though.
It's Shadowrun from the Sega Genesis.
Ooh.
Oh.
Do you remember Shadow of the Beast on the Amiga? They had wicked parallax effects, which were very good for 1991.
I don't know if you can. Probably
My
not.
my fourth wife had an Amiga, but I don't think she played that game.
It was one of the games that came like bundled with it.
Mm.
You used to get bundles.
I always saw her playing this ancient Chinese type game. Had much better graphics than the IBM version. Had better controls too. She just had an A500 that she had boosted a bit.
Oh, there's more fireworks outside. I mean, Diwali was last week. So I don't know what they're putting the fireworks out for now.
Leftovers?
These people,
Probably.
bursting firecrackers is stupid.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm
I
not a
suppose to be
big
honest,
fan of
it's the
that.
case that if you, it's also seems to be quite a few people getting married, which is kind of the wrong time of the year for marriages. But
I guess it makes the date easy to remember.
yeah, true.
Well, I got married the Sunday after Thanksgiving. That way I didn't have to remember too hard what my anniversary was. Told my wife either way she was getting leftover turkey.
I love my Logitech mouse. G
A wired
G402.
mouse. What is wrong
So
with you,
what?
Matur?
Oh, but it doesn't matter. I like it.
Wired mice don't require batteries, which means they don't require, dying.
This is just my M570. I've got M575 on my laptop, and I've got a cheap Chinese knockoff that's identical to that jelly comb for my T540p.
Yeah, you can only find the knockoffs now.
Yeah, but you can find them, and well, I only paid like $11.79 for mine, and just after I ordered them, they went up to 21, and now they're like 28, just on Temu.
You got a good deal.
Well, the problem is the ball is sloppy on them.
Oh,
It's not a tight fit on the ball, and it moves around a lot.
sir, if you roasted my mouse, see my $5 keyboard.
Oh,
Yep.
I use these keyboards.
Wow, that's funny. Right.
It's based on the Microsoft Natural keyboard, but now I've got a leg up. Okay, but it's made by Fellows. And then I also got another one that was identical in appearance to this one when my keyboards, my keys were sticking on this one. And It really was cheap. It looked identical, but it did not feel identical.
Mario.
Okay, guys. Well, I'm going to take off. Tell me what to do, and I'll maybe not do it. Who knows?
Put in your bi-weekly.
Yeah, I'll get that done.
Handle the news.
You should do exercise.
Oh, I got my weight bench all set up. I'm going to be hitting that here in a few minutes.
Well, I seem to be holding under 260. I would like to drop some more, but that's a lot better than 285.
Yes.
I've been about 258 most times. I actually have gone down a waist size on my jeans, and my old belt is too big for it. I have an old belt from back when I was skinny, and it's too small for it. I tried to order one on Amazon, and they sent me was when you order belts on Amazon, you never know if the size they list is the inches of total length or the size of pants they're made to fit. And sometimes you get one, sometimes you get the other. And so, like, if I order a 42 belt, I can get a belt that'll fit 42 waist slacks, or I can get a belt that's only 42 inches, and there's no way I can hold my breath enough to get it on.
I thought you were about to do a Forrest Gump quote then. You know, thing about box of chocolates is that you never know what you're going to get.
No, I know what I'm going to get. It's one of two options. It's either too short or the right size. And I never know from brand to brand which I'm getting. So I think I'm just going to go into Voldemort and buy a belt off the rack.
Yep.
You know, Voldemort, the store which must not be named. They don't have many of those in India, do they?
No, we don't have Walmart.
What, Walmart? Axis of Evil, all that stuff. All right, guys,
No, we
I'm out
don't
of
have.
here. Got to see what
Okay.
how badly Tennessee's losing to Georgia already.
Bye, sir.
Bye. Nice talking to you again,
See you
Mudder.
later, Mus.
See
Yes,
you,
yes.
Mudhead.
Same.
See all you guys except Mudder on next Saturday. Bye.
Oh, I will come next Saturday. Don't, what we call. I will come. It's fine. It's my choice. I come. I don't. Oh, he went away. Rip.
All right, I think I'm going to end the stream here.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Catch you guys next week then.
Yeah.
Take
Yes,
care.
sir.